Hello and welcome back to Hammerhead Sports Productions. Please keep watching my videos and please subscribe. It would be much appreciated. So, in recent news, the hammer finally came down on DeShawn Watson. And whether it's not as fair is up to many people's point of views. Me, I can't really... I want to say it is fair, and here's what I mean. First of all, it's like it took long enough, but in these kinds of situations, I think it was a good thing that it took a long time, but it was also a good thing it got done now because it is fair to the Browns, it is fair to DeShawn Watson, and to everybody else that this gets done before the start of the season, and before like the end of training camp. So the Browns can make a plan, so DeShawn Watson can make a plan, and his legal team, and so on and so on. So it's good that this finally is done, at least for now. Whether the NFL appeals this is up to anyone's guess. Probably by the time I get done with this and finally post it, they'll maybe appeal it, but who knows. So anyway, on to it. The reason I feel like it is fair is, number one, 2 grand juries in Texas, 2, not just 1, but 2, found him not guilty of any criminal misconduct. 2. Now, again, my father has a weird point of view, whether on that is that the reason he wasn't found guilty is because, Franny, no football player in Texas ever gets convicted on anything unless it's murder. I said to him, but he's not a Texan anymore. I said to him. And, I mean, maybe he's right, maybe he's not, but I don't feel like in 12 people, 24 people would find zero basis to charge him on 23 count, or on how many, because of how large this was, like 23, 25 women filed civil suits against him. There's no way somebody would turn that big of a blind eye. There's no, unless I'm just being naive, which I hope I'm not. I like to think that this world has justice and everything. But out on the fact that 2 grand juries found him not guilty, that the police even stated that they couldn't find any real sufficient evidence, and out of all the cases, only 1 is still now ongoing, and all the rest have settled. But I wish they were this fair when it came to Ezekiel Elliott and everything. And I will say, going back to that, Ezekiel Elliott, I think it was 2017, he shouldn't have gotten 6 games. No. He should have maybe gotten 1, 2 at most. Then there was nothing that he did nothing wrong criminally. The woman the police said they didn't trust. Number 2. Number 3, he completely cooperated with all authorities, to my knowledge. So what the hell did he do that got him 6? Just being a human being, being alive, being on an NFL player, and Goodell being an idiot as usual. He should have gotten 2. Well, now compare that to this, where all this, like, try to separate it, like, from your media point of view to what actually has happened. Again, from an outsider's perspective, 2 grand juries found him not guilty. All but 1 of the cases have been settled. This is very much similar to what happened with Ben Roethlisberger in, I believe, 2010, 2011, around there. I don't know, I forget which year exactly he got suspended. So he got suspended 6 games. I think this is very much on par with that. I don't agree with the NFL that he should get a year suspension, since he already technically, in some ways, already did have a suspension suspension last year. He didn't play all year last year. In some ways, it was like already a suspension. So to add that now on top of this would be, in some ways, I believe, unfair to him. In some ways. But again, we don't know if anything did happen or did not happen. If something did happen, then maybe at some point, again, a grand jury will come forth to see if they will press charges. If they don't, okay. But no matter what, this will be a stain on DeShawn Watson's legacy and on his life. But whether or not he is innocent, that is up, God knows, and God will do his thing when the time comes. And hey, that's my 2 cents on it. I think it's fair. I think it's fair to what happened. Now, whether or not the NFL appeals it, hey, that's up to them. If they do appeal it, at most maybe 8, but I don't think you should do any more than that with the evidence and with events that have happened and everything. All right, see you next time. Hope you enjoy. Almost forgot.